Sold out street party. Let's give it up for Cam!
Yeah!
Okay, we have something ready for you. Because these people are loving your song a little bit here.
Oh.
So on 3, everybody, 1, 2, 3. It's a tough note to hit.
Yeah. No, they nailed it. I'm excited for the actual show. I feel like we're going to hear it coming back at me. It's going to be good.
Yeah, but 8,000 times louder because there's 8,000 people right now waiting for you on Lansdowne Street.
So cool. How do you fit everybody in such a cute little street?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
like
when you're on
sardines.
stage, that is one of the coolest views you're going to see because it goes back and back and back and back. So Diane, the song is doing awesome.
Thank
People
you
are
guys.
loving it.
It's so cool you're playing it because that's the way you can tell when stations really care about their listeners and listeners care about the station, and that's what makes it work. You know, that's the whole deal.
And I think on first listen, when you first hear the song, you think it's just this like pump-up song, and then the darkness hits you in the face.
Like, oh,
this is
she
a true
said
story?
that.
Is this like
It's a true
inspired?
story, but not for my life, for some people that are really close to me. And I think when you can speak about someone else's life, you can almost be more honest because you're less tied up in all the emotions around it. So it's really close to me, so I care so much. It's weighted, but I'm not kind of inhibited. I get to say it how I think it should be.
Yeah. So when the song came out, did you have to run it by them? Like, listen, I wrote a song about your life. Don't be mad.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and I think the first time I showed some people, they cried. Because it's some heavy stuff,
is
yeah.
powerful.
But you know what? The coolest thing is that sometimes people like to tell me that it's too much to hear this kind of thing. And what's great about country music is we talk about shit that people don't really act like they
real
want to
stuff,
hear, but real stuff, yeah. And it's healing to open up to that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
I heard that you can sing in 14 languages.
When I was little, I grew up in a choir. I learned how to sing in 14 languages.
Can you still do it, or are you still?
Yeah, I don't know. Yes, like
Can you give us a test? Go ahead. I got fingers.
this is some Bulgarian.
Bulgarian by
it up.
Cam right here.
Ergendera cervendera etaka pataka na krivil kopocheto etaka pataka.
Wait,
Whoa!
what were you saying?
She was saying this is the dumbest interview I've ever done in my
I think it's a
life.
song about the town drunk.
I love it.
Very country.
You studied psychology
Yeah.
in college. Does that help you in the music business at all with all these people?
Yeah, well, with difficult people sometimes maybe, but also I think it's more about what drew me to music was what we're feeling inside and how we're all the same. And what drew me to psychology early on was the same thing, like what makes us all tick, why do we feel these things, and how can we start understanding it better and be there for each other.
Yeah,
so.
it's all emotions, understanding emotions.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What a different change, though. So when you decided you wanted to full-time become a singer and really concentrate on music, was your family like, yeah, but you have a career?
They were nervous, yeah. I think the odds of your kid making it in music are not high, you know? And so I think like any parent, they were like, ooh, glad you have a college degree as a backup, I guess, you know? And
Just in case.
But I do remember I went to the gal that I was working for that was the head professor of this lab. I said, what do you think I should do? And she said, picture yourself 80 years old, and what would you regret looking back on your life? Missing out on music or psychology? And I said, that made it so clear. I got to go do what I want to do because this is the one life. So I went for music.
And now look at you. You did the video for Diane, and I saw another thing that's kind of blending the lines, which I love. You reached out to Kendrick Lamar to find out.
No. So basically, my lawyer is Kendrick's lawyer, and my manager reached out to his manager because they are a team that they make all those visuals happen together, the manager and the artist. And so my manager reached out and asked how they accomplish it and how they do it. And I remember getting all this kind of ideas about like, how to make it come from you. Yeah. You don't do things just like on a track, well, this is ABC and this is the factory that everybody does. Like try and make it your own as much as you can. And I think Lindsay, my manager, and I have tried very hard to stay on that path. And they inspire us a lot.
You're doing it. You're definitely blazing your own path, music-wise and video-wise, which is
Thank
cool.
you.
Sophomore
Absolutely.
album's coming too, right?
That's right.
What is that?
Know.
Give us an idea. Is it way different? Is it going to be a new?
It is. Well, I always grew up loving soundtracks, so I think you never get one song and then, like, the first album wasn't 10 Burning House, you know? It was, so the same one isn't like 10 Dianes. This is like a whole well-rounded,
A whole story.
Yeah, and I make sure I label them with colors. So each song has its own color, and I make sure there's not too much of any one color. So it's a full cycle of emotion.
I absolutely love that. And I have to, so you actually said something that really resonated with me about women empowerment in country music.
Mm-hmm.
And you said, how are we raising young women when they can't hear themselves?
Yeah.
And I just want to thank you for being an amazing woman in country music.
Thanks.
I love that there's just, the women are pushing through. And they're here and they're making noise. And it's just great to see another woman really coming out strong.
It's something that I think you hear in where you're at. I'm sure you hear this where people go, we already have one woman. We don't need more. Or we already have two. Yes. And all these women in the audience right now, this is the thing that, like, people should be talking to you. You're the majority. Yeah. The majority of, like, people that are buying things, the majority of listeners to country radio, you have the power. You're the ones that they need to listen to. So I think once women realize that and hold on to it and realize that we're like, it's just about making good music. It's not about it should be men or women. It should be stop doing barriers. So we all get some good music, which you guys do a good job of. Thanks for just playing.
And I'm a man and everything, but I'm team girl too.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's part of the girl
We need
gang.
more women. More women.
That's my ally right
All right, we
there.
got Cam here. Give it up for Cam.